Hello, welcome to this DCS F-16 tutorial video. In this video, I will talk about utilizing laser-guided munitions. The first thing you need to know about laser-guided munitions in the 16 is that they are extremely inconvenient. Why do I say this? Because in order to set the laser code on the bombs themselves, you need to have your plane turned off and do it through the kneeboard. This is because in real life, the ground crew sets the laser code. You cannot do it in the plane. So I'll go ahead and throw a loadout on. I'll put the laser guided bomb on. I'll put two GBU-12 laser guided bombs on 7 and 3.
Request rearming. Copy.
Wait till they rearm and then set the laser codes. Completely kills the setup and the flow of your startup. And if you ever decide you want to put laser guided bombs on, you're going to need to shut down your plane to set your laser code. Just wait for rearming complete.
Rearming complete.
All right, rearming complete. Now we can set our laser code. So to do that, we'll press the K key on our keyboard. And now we see weapon laser code 1688, which is the default. If we wish to change that, we would utilize these keybinds it shows here, which is right shift, right alt, and then these keys, 90 or the minus. So while holding K, I'm going to hold right shift, right alt, and then I'm going to press the key. So if I wanted to change the last digit of 1688, I'd press the minus key, and I can cycle through. If you're a member of the Damned, your laser codes are predetermined for you based on your board number. If you're not, set it to whatever you like. So mine is 1683, so I'll make sure it's 1683. Now that my laser code is set, I can go ahead and start my plane. I'll pause it here. I won't make you go through that. I'll pick back up with you when it's done. Alrighty, startup is complete. So we can get our targeting pod into air to ground like usual. And now that we have our bomb laser code set, we need to set our targeting pod's laser code. To do that, we will go to our DED, we'll hit list, we'll hit 0 for miscellaneous, and then we'll choose option 5, laser. Now we can set our targeting pod code for our laser and our LST code for a laser search track, which is a laser we're looking for if someone is lasing for us. So we want to make sure that matches our bomb. So 1683 for me. And I'll put the other one for that too, because why not? Enter it, press enter, and you're all good. Alrighty, at this point, we're good to get in the air. Our options are similar to our dumb bombs. This should look very familiar. As always, my preferred method is DTOS, so I can utilize my helmet to find my target. I'll pause here and get in the air. Alrighty, as I'm flying over to the target area, let's talk about the laser. In order to use it, we need to make sure we're armed, and then flip the laser arm switch on. When the laser arm switch is on, we will see an L down here. This tells us our laser is able to be used. If we turn it off, the L goes away. In order to fire the laser, we will pull our trigger. When we pull the trigger, the L will start to flash, and we know we are firing our laser. Alright, let's look for a target. Oh, I think they're somewhere out here. So utilizing my classic DTOS, helmet sensor of interest, press and hold up on the TMS, and I'll put the square where I think something is, hit TMS forward, and start looking for something. Let's see, was I close? Nope, I was off a bit. So I will TMS aft to reset, redo the procedure. Put it on my target. Get myself into Black Hut. And I can even slew it and look where it's going in my helmet. There it is. And now, instead of the regular bombing method of putting it on the base, because we're firing a laser to guide it, we'll put it right on the vehicle. So if I pull my trigger, we will see the laser is firing, and then it shows our laser code flashing down below L1683. So I will go ahead and turn back in, and the release method is the same exact as the dumb bombs CCRP or DTOS. Make sure I'm far enough away where I can turn in and drop it adequately. Alright, I'm going to follow the line as close as I can. Because I'm guiding this, I don't have to be dead on it, and I can release it from higher up than I could with the dumb bombs. I just need to make sure that I have a view of the target the entire time I'm lasing, so that I can guide the bomb the entire way. Alright, the line is starting to drop. I will hold my weapon release button. It is dropped. I'm going to hold my trigger and fire my laser. And then just make sure my targeting pod is looking at the target the entire way through and does not lose view. Toggle the zoom so we can see the splash. And splash. Or shack, rather. Easy as that. So I'll go ahead and find another target and re-demonstrate. Because I'm lazy and don't want to slew my pod, I'll redo the DTOS method. Have my target, I'll turn in, put it in point track, and then engage. After I get done here, I'll show utilizing laser guidance on moving targets, which is their ideal use case. Alright, point track, so it's tracking the heat source. Get myself near the line. Some ornery warbirds. Alright, hold weapon release. Release, fire my laser. Zoom out once again so we can see the explosion. Holding my laser, flashing L there, and it's flashing L on my HUD to let me know I'm firing. And shack the target. Nice and easy. The pain is just the setup and having to shut down your plane. I'll pause it here and go find some moving targets to demonstrate on those. One moment. Alright, as we're moving over to these moving targets, this convoy going through the mountains, let's talk about strategy. So if you're engaging targets that are moving, you can engage them in a perpendicular fashion against their, to the side of their motion of travel, but that will make the bomb have to work harder to correct and guide itself by your laser, because not only will it have to correct forward and back, it will have to correct left and right. So whenever possible, you want to be engaging with or against their direction of travel. So if they're going along the road, fly the road. This also has a secondary benefit of reducing the likelihood of your laser being blocked by trees and your bomb falling into the trees rather than your target. If you're flying like this, odds are, by the slant angle, your pod might be blocked by the trees when it's tracking the target. So if we get over there and they're on this road, I'll either come in from this direction and go that way, or come in from this direction and go that way, for the highest odds of success. Alright, I still have 40 miles to go, so I'll pause it again, pick up with you when I'm closer. Alrighty, I'm about 7 miles away from the target, so I can start looking for them. As always, get myself into my DTOS mode. And there they are. So I'll pop my pod down there, turn off my autopilots I used to navigate here. And I'm going to come back out and line up for my approach. I can point track on the target, as I talked about in the targeting pod tutorial, and it will lock onto it. If I lose view like that, it might maintain track, it might not. Depends how lucky we are. So ideally, you only want to put it in point track when you're ready to go on your attack run. Yeah, we lucked out. It's still tracking him. So as I said, I'm going to go with the motion of travel. I'm going to adjust my pod to the center of the target, so that way it has a better chance of hitting. And just like I would with the stationary targets, same exact release method. Now I need to be careful that the trees do not block my targeting pod. So they're coming around a curve, so I'm going to try and line up with that. Hold my weapon release for the line. Weapon released, and fire my laser. Gonna zoom out some so I can anticipate trees. And I'm gonna try not to get shot down. Make sure our pod does not lose view. And shack the target. Excellent, excellent tools. Just a pain to set up in the 16. You have all the same options as I said earlier, as you did with dumb bombs. You can change fuses in the control page, you can set ripples, fire off more than one at once. But you can experiment, see what you like for the situation. Most times, single bomb for single target is all you need. We will cover buddy lasing using the laser search track in a later tutorial. That covers everything for basic laser guided weapons. Thanks for watching.